I'm gonna set us to recording for tonight as well. Just there's a lot of things that have to be tweaked first, and then I have to see if I can figure out the whole internet situation as well to help out with that. But for now, we'll have it recorded, and then all of them will kind of come up in a compilation. That way we'll have it at least on YouTube for review for later for us. And let's see. So let me know if you have access, Color, to your sheet. Just as a note. It should be there. Just want to make sure. And I just gotta buff. That's right, I gotta bump your spells for red. And I gotta put your new token out. Okay, perfect. They should check on that left side for a
One thing
confirmation.
put out to pasture, 6 more things to go. I will take a break because I know we're about to go into our peak.
Think you were saying, Quinn?
For my fighting style,
Mhm.
could I take superior technique?
Yes. If you want to for battle, I want to take what battle master technique. Battle master
Yeah.
variant.
Yeah, I'll leave it like so I didn't put one in. I can just kind of add it.
So it would just go here. And then one fighter, classes, import. You go to the bottom of your sheet, and then all you gotta do is remove the additional. Tasha's version. Okay, it should be on your sheet now. Under fighting style dash superior technique.
Thank you. And should I just edit it to, because I can only choose one. I was going to choose trip attack.
Sure. Yeah, you could just at the bottom here, I'll put where you should put it and just copy and paste and then just put it under the trip attack right there. Into that box there. And then just as a note, you have a token change. So you'll see red is standing there, but reference, you guys should be able to see this. Interesting that I want to show up. Let me know if you guys see that, because for some reason it didn't show up on
I see it.
Oh, okay, it's just really laggy. I have the player version on the right side for the recording. It was just taking forever to show up, so I thought it was not working. Okay. I changed the token to match his hair this time instead of the other default. And that, as noted, you guys have reconnected with red after the wish had returned you to red. And you had noticed the Fey Warden and the Fey Prince are also there, though they seem to be drooling in some form of stupor, to which Cole and Cora, being more of the casters at a higher tier, would understand seemingly the effects of a feeble mind were placed upon them. And as a reminder, Strudinger's cat Lycan, but he had seemed to have motion towards Kepler with a strike, and the Destiny had mentioned towards the Fey Warden, but both of you seem to be physically unable to follow through with your intention to bring harm to them. Again, seemingly maybe the wish's effect. But you are now
And
all
Elena
around.
will.
And I will give you access
Sorry.
to watch together for you guys. Okay. No, you're good.
Elena would have been going straight around to bend down in front of Kalor in an attempt to revive him.
Okay. As you use holding the diamond to use Revivify,
Yeah.
you will notice as the Revivify begins to try to course through Kalor, it seems as his body begins to alter itself. This is not seemingly under the normal Revivify, but you do hear a familiar voice, um, one that is lacking his death's whistle for the time being, but you do recognize Varengal's voice as he will say, I'll give you a substitute for the time being, as Kalor does not necessarily look like Kalor per se, is he slightly different? And then let me bring out the token here, and you can describe the character for me. Pyro.
Okay. So I am getting out for him. This is just temporary. I just use the in-game screenshots. But so pretty much Claw's hair like grows and grows as his ears just kind of turn and just go into his head. But on the top of his head, two little cat ears just start, you know, forming out. Um his little face markings he had like fine, um and he shifts uncomfortably as he turns over a bit as a little cattail just starts growing out. And do I awake?
You do. It's all the
It's
chaos already unfolding.
cool. Yeah, he'll just start breathing, like doing a violent inhale. I can't see anything that's scary. No.
In
As
just a moment.
he just looks around.
The
What
first
the
thing he's probably
fuck?
going to see is a stunned Elena.
Hi there. I what's going on?
What the fucking deed? Who are you?
As I just like look left, right, see the confusion, and I'll just like back away somewhat. Uh, did my clothes change as well?
Yeah, they would
Or
fit. They would fit his last outfit.
yeah, yeah. I just like inspect my like leather armor, just like ugh, tacky.
Replacement? What did he mean replacement? And she's like lunge out and grab his shirt and kind of shake him.
What with replacement? What? And then I just like push her back. Yeah. What?
And you'll
Sorry.
notice amongst the confusion as everyone's trying to grasp the situation, Kepler will seemingly note, and with that, pleasantries, I am out. As he leans back, you'll notice which doesn't seem to be conjured from him, but something else, a wreath of flowers, taller than him just slightly, as he goes to fall back into it before it begins to close into a large rose, which then kind of leaves this puff of daisies and other flowers, while he still holds both items in his hands, Elwind and the wild magic shard.
Yeah, nice to see you too. Okay. So I'm guessing I would still have like the daggers and like rapiers and such.
Yes. As noted, you would have your character's items rather than Calor's. You full kind of swapped, more or less, just using the same location where the body was. So as you kind of come to now seeing this whole group of different people, you notice one in the middle seems kind of very defensive. Everyone else seems to become confused. Two are who look to be somewhat others powerful Fae, but drooling. Instead, one's kind of grabbing you, pushed off of her, and then the other one just fell into a gate of flowers and leaving a perfume-like odor as he left.
I feel introductions are in order, eh? As he just like tries to calm the situation down. If you could just like tries to just ungrapple Elena from me.
Solus has sat down on the log near the campfire. Osilius seems to be taking a flower off the ground and just staring at it with empty eyes.
Cool. Okay. As I like take a step back, Kilortellum, at your service. Uh, although I'm not sure what clothes these are. Uh, I'll just start looking around and just like seeing.
Your Calor, your cow.
Oh, good. She seems to know me. Yes, but I don't think you're the. I'm the claw you know.
Clearly.
Yeah. Okay. Uh.
I don't
So
suppose you know where my cow is.
tell me, was he wearing this tacky outfit?
It's not tacky. And yes, he was.
I'll just look down my pants to see if everything's there.
It's in the right order.
Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
Lots of few inches.
Hmm. Now this, as he's just like, is extremely fucking confused. Uh, okay.
I'm gonna walk around the brain dead people. I'm gonna step up behind this new person. I'm gonna grab I'm gonna grab your tail to see if it's real.
It is. It's just. Uh, can I just like cat's claw him?
Sure, like a yeah, like kind of like a not like a actual attack, more like a warding. As the other two are still kind of stunned and glaring a little bit as Cora and Cole, all the Caesar catching me off guard. Uh, seem to be kind of like darting around, like trying to get a sense of things. Seeing their son, then an imposter of their son, and their son leaving after accusing their adopted daughter, creating the imposter to replace him, and then just bamfing out.
And I'll just like swipe piece. Oh, Please, hey, calm down, please. That hurts.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Like you're 7.
Oh, so he's weak.
Oh, 5 then. Fuck you.
So why are you here? Is this Varangel's doing?
Yes. Well, I think so. He promised me on a grand adventure. Another world. Board of my own. Didn't expect this bullshittery. As he like looks around, uh, what's different from the old Kalor is that he's like hunching a bit. His eyes are just like has bags under it. He's like doesn't look like he's slept for a bit. He takes off his the gloves and just like reveal like extremely calloused hands. His eyes are just darting everywhere. God, I hope.
Can I peer into his face?
What was that?
Can I use peer into the face on him?
You can, although as you try to do so, it looks almost as if it's warped, almost kind of like a reflection casting itself. You try to almost look through, but you find yourself like looking through his eyes for a moment back at you and the surroundings, as if he's not connected to this place truly to peer into. Fate can't seem to place itself upon him, for it shouldn't exist, is the feeling that you get. It's not a painful, but it's more like an instant reaction that you grab a response from.
Hmm.
Yeah. Can I just like try screaming out, "Hey, hot stuff!" When I not hot stuff. No. Hey, old man, where's my stuff? As I try and just like speak to Varangel.
You notice for a brief moment some metal object about medium size face plants into the ground next to Destiny as you see this steel like amalgamation. Which for a moment reminds everyone of the recent golems that they have encountered.
What the hell is going on right now?
I
He says
think he's
that
an
collaborate.
artificer out of game.
Well, Red
We're
is
just kind of paralyzed and stunned at this point.
Red's facing the Indara's family, ready to defend himself, fight for his life.
The comedy act just in the background.
It's not even in the background. It's like right
I'm gonna
next to
roll
him.
a dice.
Yeah, you wanted Seinfeld, right, Red?
He got Seinfeld.
Yeah. Is the Steel Defender the only thing?
Your equipment and the Steel Defender would be there. In terms of items.
Oh, that's a class change.
Cool. I'll just like look in fear. It's just like, oh shit. Hey, my stuff. And then I'll just see if like there's any nicks in the Steel Defender. And it's saying 2 plus your, which is pretty funny. So I'm guessing
Yeah, I just gotta update it.
which is hang on. D&D Beyond, what is it? Is Artificer level, right?
Yeah, artifice. It's 30 plus 2 plus your int, which would be plus 3, so 35. Currently.
35. And then my class is 15.
just to confirm, it's going from top down. You should have 10, 14, 14, 16, 10, 12 for stats.
12-10 for wisdom charisma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
What does
Battle
your
s-
shield defender look like?
Okay, so pretty much it is a humanoid, like, yeah, it's a humanoid, like, bipedal in nature, just 2 arms. It has like it's fully made out of steel, obviously. As like 3 lines just like cover its face like a helmet. A giant like on the right shoulders is like a little engine looking thing. Um, uh, and I'll see if I can send.
I brought up
Full
its image
picture.
on the
Oh yeah.
visual as well for you.
Cool. And I also grab my gun. I'm guessing it's there now, right?
It is there. This strange, long, barreled, sphere-looking thing.
I'll just keep checking for like any dinks, just casting mending whenever.
Sure.
But since the spellcasting focuses my gun, it appears I'm shooting it.
There's sparks or things like that when you're mending it.
Yeah. And then just like after a bit, he just like perks up. Oh shit, I forgot about. So sorry about that. As he just like turns to the group. Okay. And then I just whisper to Elena. So should we turn our attention to that? As I just point to Cole and Red and Cora.
Elena's like mouth is just dropped open at this point, and she's like, it takes her a minute to process what he just said, acting all familiar with her as if he's still her Kalor, but it definitely isn't. And so she just kind of like looks back and forth, completely bewildered at first this new Kalor, then her drooling biological family, and finally to a somewhat irritated looking Cora, I'm assuming tense Cole, and
Very defensive red.
probably ready to piss his pants red.
Well, Cole looked really relieved to be back until kind of presented by an awkward situation. Like he didn't even get a word to his son before he disappeared. I think Cole, kind of annoyed by that, will try to summon Elwyn.
He tries to focus upon it as he normally would, conjure it back in the material plane, seems unable. He gets the feeling that he is disconnected. He doesn't understand how, but it seems like he is.
Who is this, Elena? This is Cole speaking.
More importantly, or perhaps not as importantly, still important nonetheless, why does your son have my shard?
He has my sword as well. And I can't seem to
Why?
summon it. I don't know, I'm cut off from it.
I will find that child later, but for now, who exactly are you? My son claims that Elena created you.
The red doesn't immediately answer you. He just looks like he's trying to decide if you're hostile or not.
Perhaps we should find a way to restrain him until we're able to get the answers. I'm very curious about this.
I wish you no harm in Darius' family. This is Rid speaking. I only wish to leave.
I have to clarify who's speaking.
Well, I've got the same fucking voice, don't I? Red speaking.
The Spider-Man
Cora
fingers pointing.
Cora look unimpressed and very much unconvinced. And she'll turn to her daughter expecting answers. Elena's still kind of like wide-eyed, confused, a bit shocked. And she'd eventually kind of mumble, "Was Gabby here?"
Cora, I remember you. I am a simulacrum. I only wish to leave. Did you create me?
Me? Did I create you?
Well, I take that as a no then. That I only wish to
It's
leave in
quite the
peace.
accusation.
Red will take a step back.
As he takes a step back, he notices the humanoid with cat ears, the sparks coming out of the strange barrel. As he steps back, and then this metal automaton that seems to be kind of like looking at him, like looking up and down slowly.
He takes one more step back. He's looking at Cora as he does so.
Claw will also wave as he walks past.
Cora looks ready to find a way to restrain him.
I'm looking at you. I'm just looking straight at you, and then I take another step here, looking at you.
Seeing
Not
if
looking to run
either
away.
of the
Take
two
it.
react.
No, I'm looking for something different.
Okay.
Specifically at Cora.
Cora would just raise an eyebrow and say, "What exactly are you doing? If you're planning to escape, I will harm you. Assuming I'm able to."
How do I compel you? Ask me to do something.
Pardon?
Ask me
Well,
to come closer to you.
all right then, come closer to me.
You feel no
Yeah,
compulsion, Red, to do so.
it was not you then. Can't explain it then.
Indeed, if I had created you, I would have been boasting it. You seem quite similar to my child, and yet not at all like him.
Well, you see, I am not your child. I'm
Oh, I'm
a child.
aware.
I'm a child of the weave, I'm afraid. I don't know my origins. I just know that I wish you no harm.
My son cares a bit too much about his appearance, and you, well, I mean, look at you.
It
Poor
was on.
tattered.
It doesn't look that bad, but okay. Uh, um, it's well, perfectly by design, so not to be mistaken.
Well,
All right, go on, Cora.
I don't suppose anyone knows where exactly my actual son has gone,
No, but he has done
or
great
for that
harm.
matter. Huh?
He has done great harm to me and your daughter and the people of my village who are mostly dead because of him, or in part.
Cora almost looks like she's gonna laugh, but she doesn't. She just kind of raises an eyebrow, looks to Cole for some sort of confirmation.
Cole will say, well, this guy could be dangerous. And I mean, in my history, I've had plenty of people try to imitate me to no good will. Perhaps we just dispel him. You've got the spell prepared, right? Just send him back to the weave.
Well, of course, but I don't think I'd like to. I'm very curious about where he came from.
When you say that, I'm gonna step up and just kind of rest my axe on my shoulder, opposite
Casual
the
intimidation.
line of sight.
I think the red one's trying to intimidate me, dear. Well, he's likely dangerous and was probably created by one of our enemies. Elena, you don't know anything about him, do you?
Elena slowly shakes her head, snapping herself out of her stupor, and begins to back away closer to where Red is, almost as if she plans to defend him.
Well, Cora, what would you like? We don't want something like this disappearing on us. It could do us harm.
Your son, the one that just left, could do you harm.
Yes, I'll find him next.
Yes, our son that also told us that Elena was somehow responsible for all of this.
And who's the one who just saved your life?
Well, that's to be determined if it's even been saved. And she looks pointedly to the summer ladron that are standing there still drooling.
You two are perfect for each other.
Well, Cora, what should we do? If you want to tie him up and interrogate him, perhaps some arcane checks. Maybe you can determine who cast the spell.
And Kalor will just like pop up. I can help with that as he just like continues just fixing shit.
I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna grab your tail and say, "Wait, you said I can help with that, right?"
Do you
Yeah,
do the
sorry,
arcane
shit.
checks? Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm gonna grab you by the tail and say, "You will do no such thing." I'm gonna throw it back towards you
It's working at me.
and
His tail. Grabbing his tail,
throw it
throwing his
back.
Oh, the
tail
tail.
back.
Okay.
No, no.
Yeah, throw it back.
Not that throwing it back.
uh, Go on, Destiny.
I'll say to the two of you, if you wish to have a pleasant conversation, I will allow it. But if you so much as think of harming him,
Perhaps not harming,
I'll have to call in some favors.
but perhaps well, not harming, but perhaps holding. And Cole will try to cast Hold Person on Red.
Okay, he seems to try to focus upon it. He knows he has the spell available, but as he seems to try to lock it upon Red, it seems as though his brain kind of stops, almost worded. It does not go off.
Because I was about to.
Red will
I was about to
recognize what Red will recognize what happened and will pull out his short sword with the ruby as a spell focus and to defend himself.
Okay.
Can I try to push Cole?
You seem as though you kind of put your hands in that motion to do so, but then feel yourself unable.
God, if I could harm you right now, I definitely would.
Can I try to push Destiny, something like that? Or see if I'm being affected by the warding?
Just just a spot check.
Vibe check. No.
I mean, you know that you were able to push off Elena, and Elena was able to grab you while you're trying to figure out what was going on. You're not aware of the wish spell being casted as this Kalor. I would say you'd be more confused of what's going on
Yeah.
than those who have heard the wish spell go off.
Well, now there's no need for drastic measures. I would at the very least like to confirm that whatever Kepler said, well, whether it was true or not, surely Elena can, as Red was testing out earlier, tell him a command. And Elena would look kind of, I guess, hurt and horrified. Like it's sort of like a replay of the day that she'd run away when no one seemed to really believe her.
Mhm.
And she'd just kind of shake her head and take another step back. I
Elaine,
didn't create him. I don't know how I could have possibly created him.
Yeah. As I look at Elena, does she look like someone that can create simulacrum?
She doesn't have
Certainly
the
not.
certainly powerful wizardly look to her Kalor.
Yeah.
No pointy hat.
no beard.
What? You have something to say to Cora?
We all know Cora has to shave that beard every day.
Yeah, shaves every morning.
Wizard's
Cora
curse.
Sora kind of tilts her head in consideration and says, I suppose she might not have the power herself to do it, but, well, an acquaintance perhaps.
Who could we know? Who would we know that would do that? Someone from the tower, maybe? I mean, from what I know about simulacrum, they have to get a hold of the person's hair, nails, clothing. I mean, someone must have been stalking him to get the spell off so perfectly like this.
Kalor will probably think
Or
and say, maybe it is not who, or maybe it should be why, eh? I feel that she has no intention of harming or creating a, well, simulacrum. But is there any intention of why she would be?
Oh, well, but I was like, I don't think my daughter did it. I just don't understand who this is and why he's here. To be honest, he's probably, if there's even a 1% chance he's here to do harm to us, he's just a spell. Why let him wander around? Just might as well dispel it like the rest.
I'll just turn to Elena. How long has he been, well, alive?
Um, Elena would have actually started looking at Kalor with a bit of hurt too, because her Kalor wouldn't have automatically suggested, well, maybe she would have had a part with it too.
Mhm.
But she would shake her head and say, I don't know why you're asking me these questions.
Fine. And then I'll just look to Red. So, how long?
Fred won't answer you specifically. He won't, but he'll look at Elaine and said, "Did you find the answers you were after?"
Some of them. And she'll gesture to the drooling
Yeah,
Faye in the
one of them is
corner.
eating a flower, the other one's falling asleep on the log in the midst of everything.
Uh, this isn't what I expected to happen when I saw you next.
Okay,
I'm sorry, we had to make a wish to get out of there. I just fumbled it a bit, I guess.
As Kalor hears the word wish, can I just like see if there's like anything that indicates a wish spell has gone off? Other than like the intention to harm, like not being there. Just any other telltale signs?
Maybe with detect magic.
I do have detect magic, but that's ritual. Nah, okay. I'll just go up, get up and just be like, okay, since he's ignoring me, let's just say he's been alive for more than a year. In that year, he doesn't. I just realized
Making shit up about him.
He's just no. Cole and Cora has been in the Feywild for a year. They didn't know. He didn't know jack shit. That he's been stuck. They've been stuck in there for a year.
Fred's been alive for 5 years.
Yeah. Would he? He would have probably, done something to at least ruin your reputation a bit, or maybe caused you or your family members harm. I'm just trying to say that if he wasn't created for horrid intentions, maybe he would have acted on it by now.
Or maybe he hasn't tried a chance to full out his purpose yet.
And they'll just think again. What I'm saying is, I feel that he probably would have by now. Or he probably would have tried to run away.
He's definitely looking like he's gonna run.
Okay. And which I mean, don't run away, please. I'm trying to defend you here. I'm really good with situations.
Elena will say very quietly to Red, "You're safe for now. Part of the wish was that no harm will come to my friends or family."
um,
I was about to say something funny.
it doesn't mean that I'm enjoying this situation.
If you run, I have a feeling my mom's gonna attack.
Yeah.
It looks like she's ready to prepare a spell and hit it with a freaking fireball.
Can I do an Arcana check,
Mhm.
DM, to figure out if Red
Sure.
would have figured out that what's the deal with these spells, or what do you
Sure.
think that?
You can do an Arcana check.
I don't want to assume that I know.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on at the moment. He tries to think, but he's too distracted in the current situation.
He's going to continue backing up.
Okay. He backs up, but
Thinking,
almost seems to fall into something as he backs up. As to add more chaos,
ooh, an escape route.
a gate seems to appear. However, it does not seem like a pleasant escape route to your Red, as you would look back and the others would see. It is the Summer Grove burning. Structures being exploded, falling to ruin, dozens of shadow drakes running rampant within. And then you'll notice the eye of Nikolish peering through the gate. As the eye seems to not focus on anyone except for Elena. It will then seem to speak. Wishbearer, I must inform you of the limitations of the wish. As much as it displeases me, I honored it to grant it, and therefore I must inform you. The magic only connected to the material and the Summer Grove plane of existence. It did not connect to any of the others. Therefore, it is not bound to the rest of the Feywild. But rest assured, no harm from the Grove will continue. as I will soon rip it apart.
But harm from the rest of the Feywild will.
That could not have been prevented. I was unable to, in the circumstance. But now that you have been informed, I am released from my honor. As you'll notice, the gate will seem to then begin to close as you see Nikolish flying overhead, releasing a breath of acid upon the satyrs trying to flee the Grove's capital. As you see this makeshift stars in the distance begin cracking and breaking apart.
Elena turns away, and there seems to be absolutely no remorse in her eyes.
Holy shit. Red will turn and say, Is that what you got up to in there?
Let's just say a lot happened. We'll catch you up later, but for now, we need to figure out what to do with my parents and my other family.
Cole will say, If that dragon's correct, the other Fey realms will be after us in no time.
Yes.
We gotta get out of here.
You'll notice one other
You
thing, sorry to
certainly
cut you
did.
off, is that
Oh,
Solus, while
sorry.
he was the one sleeping on the log, you'll see Celius, the Fey Warden, as he was looking towards the gate. Even though he's kind of still eating that flower, but like, under the effects of feeble mind, kind of drooling, it does seem as though he tears up looking towards the gate before it closes, but doesn't seem to be able to process anything that's happening. As Elena kind of turns back stone faced, and then you were saying?
Elena will agree with Cole, but she'll say, yes, you need to get out of here.
What does that mean?
It's best that we're not all together.
I think it's absolutely the best we're together. It's the best chance of survival. Pick us off one by one.
I think it would be too easy to find all of us in one place.
I'll be too easy to find if what?
If we all stick together, they'll find us all in just one place, and we'd be all out instantly.
If they find one of us, they find all of us. And I'd rather not be picked off one by one. If they're gonna attack me, I'd rather be with you when it happens.
So you'd travel with the rest of my group. Definitely, this person, she kind of jabs a thumb at Kalor.
Oh no. I'm talking to Cora. I'm not talking to Elena.
Oh no, I was in the country accent. What were you talking about?
I didn't know. I just heard freaking Beth voice. So I just no. I was saying Cole was saying to Cora they need to get out of here because
Oh no, I thought he was talking to Elena. So Elena was like,
no. Delete that. Go back a step. No, he doesn't want to go with Elena.
"This is so confusing."
No, I know. Let's
Just
end this quickly.
just use the third person as best as you can.
Yeah, Cole's basically okay. Seen the thing burning. He been told that the other Fey realms will know what would have happened. Therefore, him and Cora need to find a way to escape. Knowing that they can take the blame for what's happened and Elena can get away.
That makes more sense. Okay. Cora will agree.
Right. So they will try to leave so Elena can survive.
Elena won't complain because she's more worried about protecting her friend group. And right now, Red's kind of in deep doo doo with them around.
What do we do about the Dumbos, the drooling elves? I think Cole and Core should take them with them.
Try explaining that to customs.
Listen, we're not crossing any borders. Unless you guys want to take him to the party to use as cannon fodder. All right, Cole's he's gonna grab this guy here, and
Solus, the brother, who's sleeping on the log.
yeah, and he's gonna lead him away, and say to Destiny, I say, listen, you've been on my case since I met you, but you have a little friend in that coin. Maybe
Oh,
I think you
Go
cut
on.
out.
did he cut out for anyone else?
Yeah, you completely cut out.
who I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
said,
I think you got a friend in that coin.
yeah, you got a friend in that coin. Hopefully, can you do anything to get us out of here?
Just Quinn thinking. That needs a very quick think. Do like looking at Cole, do I still feel like he has potential?
Yes. It is still there.
I'll flip the coin at him. And tell him, flip this, you might be able to have something happen. But I will tell you that when you leave, I don't want you back.
You're kind of
I
breaking up.
want you.
Does that say when I leave, I can't come back?
I don't want you coming back.
Is Quinn's audio the same for everyone else, or is it kind of
Yes.
broken?
No, it's just robotic, a little bit robotic-y.
I think you said that when you leave, I don't want you coming back.
All right.
Let me see if I can change out my headphones because I'm using my garbage.
I half understood that one.
That one I couldn't understand at all.
I'm assuming it says can't come back.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yes.
way better.
Way better.
I put you guys on speak here. Whoop, whoop. What the fuck?
Testing, 1, 2.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep,
I
we
hear
can hear you.
Okay. So I'll tell you, when you leave, I don't want you coming back. I'm going to point to Cole and then move my finger over to Cora. You ungrateful fucks will leave him alone. I point to Red.
I don't already know who he is, but he's not my concern right now. As long as you promise me he doesn't do her any harm. And he points at Elena.
There's the pointing game going on.
Yeah.
Well, he has been
Back to
protecting
Red.
her
Back to Elaine.
since the moment we met.
Elena will step forward then and say, Dad, remember when I told you that I died and someone brought me back? That was Red. He literally saved my life. He's not bad.
We don't have time to resolve this now. Cora, what do you
Well, do
think?
you know how you can resolve it? Go find
It'd be more like,
that.
wait, you died?
Yeah.
Ignore that
Attention.
for now. Go find that piece of shit son of yours and find out what really happened from him. Ask him what he's been up to and how he has been harming your daughter.
Yes, indeed, I would have loved to, except he seemed in quite a hurry.
I wonder why. After stealing your precious items and torching your family's name, he's been very busy.
Yes, the part about him stealing our things was quite an interesting tidbit. And
Your
I'm
husband here seems to think
reluctant to
that he's just
say,
been keeping them safe.
my love, I do agree that something seems a bit off about this.
We're about to have elven Fey wardens come down on us at any minute now. Horizon walkers, the lot.
We will escape, of course, but more importantly, when we escape, we should find our son.
I agree. Let's get out of here. Let's get back to Waterdeep. We can grab what we can before they track us down, and then we can make our way to the next stage. Destiny, can you get us out of here?
That's not for me to decide. Take that coin and flip it until it's heads, right?
Yep, flip it till its heads.
All right, he'll telekinetically flip it.
Okay. And as it goes to heads, you'll hear this voice after this kind of eerie kind of whistle rings in Cole's head, and you'll hear it say, "Can't keep meddling with things so frequently, but here's what you look for." And then you'll notice a skeletal hand will appear out of a smaller portal, and it holds a scroll, and it has a little ribbon on it and says "To Cora," and then "Let's go" into Cole's hand.
He'll pass it to Cora.
Cora, raising an eyebrow, looks down at it very curiously and unrolls it.
It seems to be something she has been looking into trying to learn for her own record keeping. So she knows exactly what the spell is. It's a spell of teleportation. The scroll is already finished. That means so it can be used.
She will smile in absolute delight. Well, give me a moment. I'd like to copy this into my spell book. I think I'll have quite a lot of fun with it.
Well, if you copy it, we can't cast it right now.
Surely we can take a little bit of time.
Do you have how much gold is that to do?
Quite a bit. It's a 7th level spell.
I
So.
think we got plenty of gold.
It's ink as well. So it's
If
like
I remember correctly, it's pretty much. Oh gosh, there was something about Order of Scribes Wizards when it comes to copying spells and scrolls,
I believe you do it it's
spells into
faster,
their
yeah.
books.
you do it faster, but it doesn't cost any less.
Let me grab it here. Should be on the sheet.
Yeah, the quill doesn't require ink, so you don't have to pay for the ink. Yeah, so it's faster. And plus, I did have it beforehand where she, like, before the campaign ended, that she did have parchment paper. I don't know if she still has it since they were in the Feywild, but
It would
He
have
was
been
in
on
jail.
person, yeah.
yeah, she
Guys, what?
probably
It's
doesn't have it anymore.
2 minutes per spell level, so it'd be 14 for it. But it would still, let's see, it still costs the same, I believe. Yeah, because it can create standard ink, but not necessarily magical. Okay. It would take you 14 minutes, but you would have to have the gold or the magical ink in order to inscribe it, which she would not have currently upon her, just getting out of prison.
She has
How
a
much gold would it be?
usually quill that doesn't require ink, so she just needs the parchment paper.
God damn it! How far are we from the
It's not
that
just the
like
ink.
trader guy?
it's like it's the spell components, it's the material components, it's like the components to practice casting it. It's like it's just basically a class restriction of how much everything costs to copy a new spell.
Let's see. Greg Xanther's guide here.
So Wizardly Quill at second level is a bonus action. She can magically create a tiny quill in her free hand. It doesn't require ink. And let's see here, the time you must spend to copy a spell in spell book is, yeah, so it's the quill that allows it to be faster to copy the spells into
Correct.
her book.
It doesn't affect the cost, however.
Yeah, I know. But she doesn't need
Yes.
the ink. She doesn't need the paper.
Let's see. To third level, so seventh level for Xanthers. So it's instead of 16 work weeks, it's 14 minutes. That's insane. But yeah, Xanthers says 25,000 gold pieces for a spell scroll. Scribing.
What? 25,000.
That's what it's saying. That doesn't make sense though for wizards normally. Yeah, Xanthers Guide page 133. Let me see.
Wait, she was given the spell scroll, but she only needs like parchment in order to write the spell and to copy the spell into her spell book, right?
It says it costs 50 gold pieces per every level.
Yeah, I don't know why Xanthers is saying it's so expensive. Okay.
So if it's 7th level, right? So 350 gold.
Yeah, for spellbook usage.
I mean, do we have 15 minutes and 350 gold that we'll never see again? Might as well just cast the scroll.
I mean, does Cole still have his gold that he had back in the Feywild? Because
He
I
had
know,
nothing.
like, the
Doesn't
oh,
even
he had
respond
mentioned at
to it.
one point.
No,
No, he had
he
mentioned at one point, like before the fight, he'd had gold on him, and he had to like put all that stuff aside during the fight or something.
I don't have
So
anything
she
in
was
his. He doesn't have anything in his inventory.
for sanity's sake, I will say you have just enough gold for that to work, just to copy the spell. Just take the 15 minutes to do so, and then you could teleport, spending the gold, and then you'd be able to go back to your tower. But then during that
Right.
time what is the party doing? Well, that's happening. Because that magic core is going to twist Cole's arm into waiting the 15 minutes.
Sounds like it. Sounds like he's been nagged into it.
Just waste a level 7 scroll.
It's not a waste. It's like the waste of 350 gold.
The gold's worth it.
All right, fine.
You
Right.
better remember how insistent she was on collecting gold in the previous campaign, right?
Let's do a 15-minute combat encounter then while she's copying a scroll.
Boy,
The
I
enemy.
sure do feel like Destiny has done a lot for you guys right about now. My boots sure do feel unkissed.
Yeah.
Cole will telekinetically shove Destiny away.
I see.
Yeah, good luck doing that with your fucking feeble mind.
What do you mean?
Cole's not feeble-minded. The other two are feeble-minded, but Cole, you would notice you're unable to shove. As you think about it, it seems like a barrier. But yeah, no. What I found out is it's weird for wizards. Scribing a spell scroll is insanely expensive if you want a spell scroll from Xanthers, versus putting into your spell book is drastically different in price. That's the difference, apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you
I
wanted to
see. You mean like
if you wanted to make
creating
a
the
spell
scroll.
scroll, yeah, if you wanted to make a spell scroll of teleport, it takes 16 work weeks and 25,000 gold for a 7th level spell. I imagine it's to stop like excessive spell casting, since it doesn't require a spell slot once it's crafted. Is why the pricing
Wait, but
is
that's
so
the amount they need
insane.
to create the scroll, right?
Yeah, that's just to create the scroll, not to input into your spell book. That's the difference.
Right, and she already has the scroll, so
Yeah,
it would
no.
be more about the money needed to
It'd be
put
the
it into
wizard's
the
cost, yeah.
spellbook.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Cora would just like kind of momentarily look up, though she seems very focused. And she would be like, yes, Destiny, was it? I think I like you. She would just continue.
Listen, Destiny, we fought pretty well together. I don't know why there's such animosity. Maybe we can just shake hands and call it even.
Cora's saying that while already starting to transcribe the scroll.
I'll say, like, at some point, a little before she did that, she would have summoned something, and it seemed to leak out from a spell book, and it was the form of something like almost a spiritual kind of looking person, and it looks like another elf, another wizard elf, but um, a young man, and he's just kind of looking over her shoulder and silently pointing out mistakes as she rolls it into her book.
While Cole's doing that, he's gonna go over and just give Elena a hug and yeah, just give her a big hug.
And for reference, DM, the manifest mind thing,
Yeah.
I had it in the previous campaign where the manifest mind would turn into a scholar, which happened to be her former mentor, a younger version of Indicio.
Okay. Sounds good.
And as for that hug, Elena will just kind of reluctantly return it and mumble, "Thank you, at least, for believing that I wasn't the one that created Red."
Then I didn't believe that for a second. The only daughter I have, and glad you're safe. I was so glad when I saw you in the Feywild. You know, without your help, we would have got your mom back, and with all the help of your weird friends. But and he looks at Red. I trust you to make the right decision. You know, I don't think that's gonna probably be safe, but I trust you. Just
She'll pull away slightly and, oh, sorry, I think I interrupted you.
no, I go ahead.
She'd pull away, she'd look up and frown, and she would say, "Surely it means something when I say that I trust Red more than I trust Kepi."
And we're not talking about Kepler right now. I'm talking about you.
Just when you find him, try to be, uh, try not to be too biased.
Then I don't think I'm going to be too busy keeping your mom safe to worry about Kepler. If you see him again, try to get along.
Elena will like look away and like it's clear she's lying. She'll be like, "I'll try."
Okay. Listen, we probably need to travel light. Can you look after something for me? I'll get it back for you next time we see each other.
All right.
And he's going to give you his telescope.
Oh, the telescope.
There you go. You know how the site works. Make sure you clean it. We brass and oil it once a week. And if you're ever wondering where we are, your mom and I, just look up in the stars.
You know, if Cappy ever realizes that I have this, he's gonna be about as annoyed as he was when he found out you gave me Coley.
Well, at least he can't steal this item and bamf away like an idiot.
Well, let's hope not. I'll take really good care of it, Dad. Thank you.
That's all right. Well, and if you break it, Soldaris will haunt you.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry. And she'll
Oh,
give him a lot more of a like less reluctant hug this time.
Oh, that's right. Give a daughter a present. She likes you better.
Keep
Right?
that in mind, Todd, for the future.
Sorry, I'm having a boy.
Oh, well, okay.
Haha. All right. Well, yeah. And he's got a little tear in his eye. Best get back to your mom.
Elena will start heading that way, but she'll pause as she's about to pass um, her biological father, and she'll step in front of him and start to reach out, but hesitate, and just say softly, I'm still not fully certain of what our relationship was, but you are still someone that brought me into this world. I don't know if you can hear me right now, but I hope one day we can talk more and I can learn a little bit more about who I was. And she'll step away to her biological brother and say, as for you, I don't trust brothers. She'll walk away.
All right.
They both are kind of still wide-eyed, drooling as you go by each one of them. One kind of got startled awake when Cole grabbed him, but he's sleeping on the log. They don't seem to give any response.
Hmm. Are we ready to go yet, Cora?
I don't know. Are they ready to go yet?
I would say by now.
We're taking we're taking the Eladrin with us.
Cora will slap her spellbook shut, look up, and her manifest one will look up with her, arms crossed. And they'll both look just a bit annoyed. And she would say, I mean, if we must.
So we're not going to leave them out
Well,
here. They're pretty much too dangerous for these kids to look after. Let's take them with us, and we can. At least we got some hostages.
so I could always keep them locked away somewhere, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's just get them out of here.
Right then, I suppose we're teleporting back home.
Yeah, that's right. Let's do it quick before they figure out where we are.
Oh, lovely. I'm so glad to have this in my spellbook. All right, let's do this.
Good to see you too. It's so glad to have this in my spellbook.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, I do love you, darling.
sure.
Torched a grove of the Feywild, excited because spellbook now has
Like,
new spell priorities.
Elena, before they start to head disappear and teleport off, she will hug Cole one more time and then look to her biological family and say, please don't treat them like actual hostages. They're
no,
still family.
I'm gonna treat them as well in my house as they treated me in theirs.
Long wait
That
lines
somehow
for
doesn't
dinner.
make me feel better.
Don't worry, they get much better food in our place.
Cora would just be like, oh, yes, the food. Be like, right then, shall we? And she'll begin to cast the spell.
Okay, and with that, the others will then teleport, leaving the party back together and alone.
You hear like a shing, like as if Red has just sheathed his sword. He was holding it like the blade out behind his back.
Elena will be staring at the spot where they used to be, a look of sort of uneasiness on her face. But for the moment, she seems to shake it off and put on her usual smile, only to like frown a little when she notices the shing.
Hmm. Red takes the guitar and plays "Put on a Happy Face." No, just go.
Oh my god.
Uh, well,
Cool.
where
Yeah.
where the heck have you guys been?
Perhaps we should find a place to settle down and discuss what happened.
Well, this is my camp. I've prepared it for you.
Oh yes, there's a camp. Look at that.
I have been waiting days. I
I
think a
suppose we've
week.
all been a bit distracted.
It's been quite an event with the goblins and the fog and the sounds in the forest. I'm glad you're back. Connerbury is quite more dangerous than we thought.
We're
Dangerous.
just sitting down there.
Listen, you've had a long day. Perhaps some stew and sit down. And I managed to find this a, a bit of wine.
Yes, we can all sit down, share stories, and also, Destiny. I don't suppose you could talk to Varengal about getting our Kalor back. Finally turns back to the new Kalor,
I
clearly displeased.
Cryptic's headset went out, or Cry's headset went out. But yeah,
Yeah.
Red would go as well. Like, oh yeah, nice hat. Looking at your ears.
He will not be amused. Still remembering the portal, he will look to Elena and be like, "What in the seven hells was that?"
That was my old home. Now, why don't we sit down and talk about what's happening? And why don't you give me back my cow?
Perhaps a good night's sleep will make it better, Elena.
Kalor was dead in front of me. I tried to bring him back, and now this one is here.
Well,
He died.
I tried to bring him back. For all I know, he's okay. He's Varengal said he was bringing about a replacement for now. Surely he just meant for now. I don't know why you're here, but you shouldn't be here.
Or will just uh oh, by the way, by now, like while that whole conversation was happening, he would have like snuck off and just like gotten dressed into his actual armor. Uh, just like
Um, I might be able to shed some light on why Calor is not the same.
Maybe we should pause this for now because the DM said to take a break.
yeah.
we're in a move. We're in a moment.
Like, cliffhanger, okay?
Well, everything we talk, we RP. The DM already knows about, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's true. We can just fill him in, like, okay, so this happened.
Um, yeah. Should I tell you guys what I know about this situation?
Please do.
All right. So, as you know, I am one of Varangal's reavers at the moment. And if I were to die, he would be able to grant me my life back in exchange for doing some work. And I think that's what has happened here. I believe our Kalor has been whisked away to fulfill his end of the bargain. And perhaps once his deal is done, he can come back to us.
And where would that leave me?
That is a
Hopefully
good
you'll go
question.
back to wherever you came from.
The thing is, I don't know where he came from at all. I looked into his fates, and he is completely disconnected from our
Timeline? Universe?
everything.
Yeah.
Timeline?
It's not just timelines. He doesn't exist in any other timeline.
An outlier, maybe?
Another dimension.
If you were an outlier, I would most definitely be able to see something.
Are you sure?
Mostly.
Have
But
you
I
checked?
cannot say for certain.
Have you checked the fates on all the characters?
I've checked on Elena,
Yeah.
Cole,
Times.
I think Cora,
I don't think you've done. You haven't done red.
Howler before, and Red. Have I done Red?
I don't think you have.
No, 'cause we're on good terms, and like, you know, I got these abilities relatively recently, like right before we went to the Feywild. So I haven't really had a chance to look at Red.
Hmm.
Um, I
Oh
guess when
yeah,
the
it's
DM
true.
gets
You got
kind
them pretty shortly before that, didn't you?
yeah, like I got them, and then we started moving, and then Feywild.
The only person you checked before Feywild was Elena. Or no, you checked Kalor too, and
Yeah.
you could see that Kalor, like everything he did, basically the same thing was happening in those other timelines, I guess.
Yeah, it was like a Windows like screensaver. You know that. Oh no, the Solitaire windscreen, the Solitaire windscreen, pretty much, right? Like the cards just like bouncing off, and it's just like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that's why I like gained respect for him. I was like, wow, he is so determined. And then he like fucking fell over some shit.
And then now
And
we
then he's
have
like,
this
"Brrr."
Kalor with like zero change at all. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just sigh and go up to Elena. How close were you and this incarnation?
He was my best friend.
Destiny looks hurt.
Red looks hurt.
He's my best friend.
Just like mental note. Oh, good, not lovers. No. Then I promise this, and I'll take her hand. I will protect you. I will protect this world, or whatever value he holds up. Okay. I feel that I may have gotten tricked as well, presumably by the same person thing you guys are talking about. All I can say is actually no, hang on. I just saw an entire fucking world burn. Yeah, do you wanna answer that?
It was their choice.
Elena, Elena will yank her hand away and look away. There's still not quite any remorse there for what she did. But if anything, she looks more grieved by the fact that her original Kalor might be dead.
Regardless of what I saw through that portal, I wasn't there. I'm sure you had good reason. I'm sure that they were a realm of an evil kingdom that you destroyed with the help of a benevolent dragon.
Benevolent, yes. We can go with that.
I don't even like some stew.
Perhaps something strong to drink too.
I have that as well. Dwarven or Elvish?
Both.
Oh, I don't know. Don't know even have hair on your chin for both.
Claw will probably just like tie his hair back into a ponytail since he like has grown longer. I'll grab some whatever's strongest, eh?
Well, this is he opens it and like looks at it, smells it. This is it's wet. Just like I think it would have been something he probably stole from the goblins.
Just
Anything's fine by me.
can't wait for Prey to just be like, oh yeah, you get poisoned.
You die of AIDS.
Oh my
Well,
god.
um,
Character again. Let's go.
so Red comes to the edge of the fire and he starts to prepare a magical ritual.
A magical ritual?
Yeah, he's got his like little mat down and he's got his book and he's like reading through it. And one hand he's like doing signs, like magical signs. The other hand he's like little sparks might be coming out of the book, like he's just doing a ritual.
Why?
He's doing the crypt signs.
What did you say, Quinn?
He's throwing up crypt signs.
Crypt.
Since we're gone, he got into a gang.
Blood.
Destiny's definitely the blood gang. Wait for Cry to get back, but I'm casting Tiny Hut. So we have like a safe place to stay, and then so you've got like these tents are up, but they are distractions. So if we get ambushed, they'll attack the tents, but we'll have like a safe invisible tent.
Noise.
Noise.
Nice.
Noise.
On my level up, I took just ritual
Noise.
spells. Well, at least we learned something. Your mother didn't create me, and that's a good thing.
Well, I personally never doubted that, but are you sure he's dead? He's not dead. He couldn't possibly be dead. I revived him. And she's looking at the other Kalor as she says this.
You know, he did say that he's giving us a temporary replacement, correct?
That's what I heard, but
Then he'll be fine.
more importantly, are we certain that we're gonna be fine?
Yes, we will. Because I'm back with you.
The Feywild is after all of us.
No, I believe they're after your parents.
Somehow I doubt that.
Somehow I think that Cole and Cor knew what they were doing, and the dragon seemed to indicate that the realm had been destroyed, which means there would be no evidence of you ever being there, although they would have known about Cor and Cora being there. So I think you're quite safe.
Unless, of course. And she'll start to say something and then hesitate and shake her head. And then, like, down her entire drink in one go.
The only person I think that could do you harm is Kepler. He seems to know a lot and disappeared as soon as he appeared here. And he had been fighting as well.
Keppy.
Did you notice when he teleported in, his sword was drawn and the shard was in his other hand?
He was armed.
He was armed and he was fighting. My fear is that he was at the fort.
We'll need to go back there then. Quickly.
Well, we're too far from help now. If he's done harm, we are too late. So our mission remains. We clear Cononberry, and we deal with the goblins, and then we go back.
So we're just gonna let the rest of the village die.
We don't know that. I'm sorry I said that, not at all. We have no idea that that's happened, but he was fighting. He has allied himself with the Lady of Flowers from his spell.
Why target Phantomland of all places? They just want to live in peace.
I think he wants access to the spell forge.
And he had to kill an entire village to do it?
I'm guessing he's doing it for the favor of his patron. He's clearly a warlock. The Lady of Flowers seems to have granted him powers much like the Man of Coin. Varangol has granted Destiny something, but patrons have their needs. She reached out to me once when I was captured, asking if I would join her. I refused.
He's no warlock, he's an idiot.
I have all his memories, so you're calling me an idiot.
Oh wait, does he have like all of his memories? Even well, he doesn't have the most recent ones, so
No.
she would be like, not all memories. And as she's saying all that, she's just like she's taking one drink after another. She looks ready to just drown her worries.
I'll take watch tonight. You three have been through a lot.
I'm assuming you're referring to Lycan, not Kalor.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Lycan's already passed out drunk in one of the tents.
I'll be right back.
Well, you'll be happy to know that my hunk of, and I'll just point to my steel defender. She can also take watch as well, you know.
Ah, yes. What's her name?
Why is there music? Why is there music?
I don't know. Are we being ambushed?
Hi.
All right. Testing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got the ambush music playing.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I didn't set it to repeat. You are not being ambushed. Okay, I set it to another account so that way the recording can still capture the audio since the headset's dead. If I would have switched over, it wouldn't be connecting the audio for the recording. So now at least it'll still pick up my voice and pick up your guys' voices in the recording.
So we were doing we didn't actually stop after you left. We just kept RPing, and the characters caught up with what each other knows of each other. So nothing you don't know.
Gotcha. So they're debriefed on what happened in the Grove, and they're debriefed on what's happening in Coneyberry, more or less.
Red hasn't told them about Coneyberry. They just were talking
Okay,
about what
just the
happened at
Grove.
the Grove, and then they all started. They said, "Do you have any alcohol?" And I assumed Red might have stolen some supplies from the goblins. So I said, "Oh, I found this goblin drinks," and then they're just drinking that.
Elena's
Oh,
trying to get super drunk.
it's nasty. It's hard. I'd imagine it's hard liquor, but nasty. But yeah, you would be able to easily grab a few of their bottles.
Elena doesn't care.
Red has predestidigitation, so he'll make it taste like pina coladas.
Sure.
So it's a nice coconut rum drink, Elena.
Nice.
Does it also taste like getting caught in the rain?
Yeah.
Minor illusion. Rain being so pure.
Actually, he can do that to everyone's drink. Just what's your favorite flavor, and we'll just make it taste like that. Destiny's like fresh blood.
It's the it's the ice cones that just have the ice, and they sprayed the different flavors on it.
Right then, should we just go back and forth and start telling stories about what we've been doing since we've been separated? Like, I don't know, oh, we got into a very violent saga.
Are you gonna tell Red all about it? You're just gonna because player Todd knows all about it.
She just paused there. She'd be like, "We got into a very violent saga," and that's all she says, and she just starts drinking again.
You tell me when you're ready. I can tell you a little bit about what's happened since you've been away.
Cheers
Yeah.
to tell us what happened while we were away.
Should we tell her to ease down?
I just said we need to say cheers. Why aren't you saying cheers?
I'll just look at Red.
I'll say cheers.
Or you'll notice your steel defender will kind of go up behind you, like raising one of its metallic arms as if it's doing the motion without holding any glass, and then it falls backwards. Not accidentally, but purposely.
And then I just look away from it, just is it gain sentience? Anyways, he'll just pick up the glass.
Perhaps I'll tell you all the updates in the morning.
Okay, I guess I'll wait and say cheers then. And then he'll just chug it.
Oh,
Just,
come on, Destiny. You need to say cheers too.
I raise my cup of water and I'll say cheers.
wow, Destiny being responsible. This
If you haven't noticed, Destiny actually doesn't drink. Like every time that she's been offered alcohol, she's refused or not drank it at all.
Hmm. Elena at this point would kind of just nudge whoever's next to her. I don't know their sitting order at this point, but um she would nudge them and just kind of lean into the group like she's saying some sort of secret. And in a way it is. And she'd say, "You know what I felt when I saw my old home that I don't even remember just up in flames? Guess what I felt."
Warm?
Aura?
What's your guess? Like, warm's one of them. Yeah, it was very warm next to that portal. But I mean, feelings, feelings.
Pride?
Regret.
Nope. And she'd kind of lean in and she would say, "What I felt was pure excitement. Isn't that strange?"
Been a long day. But why'd you feel excited?
Well, it's not that different from this one other feeling I had once. When, well, when I was on my own, on my way to Fandolin, I was with my mentor at first. He, was a very kind old man. And then we got into this big battle, and he ended up dying right in front of me. And how strange, when I looked at him, it was that same feeling. Oh, but maybe it was nothing. She'll just take another drink.
Which mentor is this?
Oh, I guess I never told you about him. Yeah, he was just an old man that had taught me how to be a cleric.
And he died?
Yeah, there was a lot of fire then too. Huh.
Hmm. You're not much like your father and mother then, the Dead Mentors Club.
Yeah, except they all seemed to grieve over it, didn't they? Oh well, I'm feeling a little tired, so I think I'm gonna go get some sleep. Gets up and she just stumbles away.
Well, wait. And DM, while they were drinking, I was I didn't indicate we weren't listening. Was casting the tiny hut ritual.
Sure.
So I said, well, if I've got like 3 decoy tents here, I'd have like a actual shelter tent here,
Okay.
and I'll just kind of like push Elena as she's stumbling in the direction of the tiny hut.
Yeah, it sounds good. And then Kalora is like, quote unquote, fixing the defender, and like just the face of horror, like listening to Elena, like, ah, no, they were dying, but I felt excited, not mourning. It's like, what? My new adventure is really starting off great. These
Yeah.
people are very nice and comforting.
This old man taught me all of his secrets, and I killed him on the road, and I felt amazing.
New Kalora is like, what am I hearing?
I feel like Red is the moral compass of the party now.
Somehow. As soon as Elena just like gets pushed into the hut, I would just go to Ren and just be like, "So, yeah, what the hell was that? Is she usually like that?"
Are you the same, or are you different? And I mean that
Change the subject.
without answering your question. Do you know why
Yes.
you're here?
Well, I got asked by a certain possible powerful being to be oh adventure. Um. Anyways, you're dodging my question. Is she fine?
I've never seen her like this before.
Cool. Oh, and for your other questions, yes, I do purr. Yes, the ears are real, and yes, I can move it willingly. Cool.
Wasn't going to ask that, but fine.
But you were wondering, weren't you?
Well, were you wondering about my ears?
No, because I know humans exist in my world. Um,
I didn't know you weren't human. I'm sorry.
no, I'm not human. No. Uh, cool. And I'll just act like I'm fixing a bit more.
You're a artificer, am I right?
And then I just like start like clapping a bit. Yeah. Yeah. You must be wondering about this, and his like eyes just light up
Well, like
as I like, lean into the steel defender.
wizards and artificers are the only two intelligence classes in the game, so. So you devote your arcane energies into devices and mechanics instead of spells. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, I made the this one automaton queen, as I like to call, although some people like to call it the steel defender. Uh,
What can it do?
punch, punch, punch. Defense
And
sometimes.
how does it move around? Does it walk?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you just saw it walk and also did cheers and then tip over.
How about fly?
No, too heavy.
May I try something?
What?
If you allow me, I'm just gonna cast a spell.
Can I ask which one?
Fly. I'm gonna see if I can make your steel defender fly.
Okay, yeah, he looks excited. He just steps back.
So DM, I'm gonna cast fly as my first third level spell. And I'll see if I can make the steel defender fly.
It will seem kind of confused as it can begin slightly hovering off the ground and just kind of like wobbling left and right at this point. And then it kind of goes up 10 feet in the air. It kind of wobbles left and right. It
Should be
seems to be
fully under your
flying.
control. Should be fully under your control to have it fly, but I think it's quite fast actually. You should be able to go 60,
Yeah,
120 if you're dashing.
yeah, I think it's weird part is I think it's developed emotions. So I'm or some sort of sentience. And I'll just command it to like just fly up diagonally and then just like drop down a bit.
Like Iron Man.
Yeah, it's gonna fly up and then down and up and down.
Okay, can still control it. I would just like order it just like as fast as possible, just like go near the nearest tree, but like stop before it like hits it.
It's like a few centimeters away from slamming into a tree after full sending it into it and stopping.
Can it see well at night?
Can it see well at night? I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, relatively.
Well, how's this, Kalor? As a first duty of your queen, what do you call it?
Automaton Queen.
Automaton queen. Well, why don't you have it fly about the camp for 10 minutes and scout out, get to know its surroundings, then it can come back and make sure there's no danger.
Is there any? Hang on, let me just quickly check the stats for the. Pretty much it just it can't really like tell us anything though, right? Yeah,
It
it's
has
just
an
a
intelligence, right?
construct.
Yeah, but constructs are intelligent.
Yeah.
Control 20 stat. It's actually nice. Let me see 1 second.
It has a 4 intelligence.
It's not the greatest.
It can maybe write. It could write something, or it could like just come back and give you some sign language if it saw something, and then point in the direction.
It might be able to know. It should note in its class features what its capabilities are. Let me see. If that's just waiting on roll 20.
All it can be is that it just can't be surprised. Understands the languages I speak. Can punch. Can heal itself. It can also impose disadvantage. It has good athletics. Ooh.
Well, I
Interesting.
mean, it's just a test, right? It doesn't have to. If anything's coming towards our camp and it sees a flying metal steel man flying around, might think twice.
Yeah, let's say that. Mm,
By the way, this is just like Red trying to make friends with Color. So
something he could never do with the old one.
with the old
Uh,
Color.
yeah.
It does say it obeys commands. I could say it could communicate in some way. It just doesn't note that it has ability to communicate.
Okay.
So
So I'll just like
understands the languages you speak, but unable to communicate normally. So it can respond at the very least, or give indications of like it can point to a position it notices a creature or something like that.
yeah. I'll just put like a ink or like some sort of writing materials in like one of the tents, and just like just like cool. If you can do this when you return, if there are any problems, just write it down and whoever's up can read it. And I'm just like fingers crossed.
Okay.
And does it fly away?
There he goes to fly. Just goes zooming around.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Is it
do that
alright
for
if
10
I
minutes.
is it alright if I take first watch? Just to see if it still activates when I'm awake.
Be my guest. I'm not going to go to sleep just yet, but be my guest.
Cool. And I'll just like get get the revolver and just like start tuning it as
Oh,
well.
you have a gun too?
Yeah. You wouldn't know what it is though, right? That's
I
what
don't know.
The most advanced is like Ottoman cannons, and like the most modern, or sorry, the most advanced technically would be the Ottoman cannon. The most modern would be considered like flagship cannons or pirate cannons, 24 stone ball
Even though
shooters.
those type of cannons are from like the 15 and 1400s in our modern
Mhm.
times.
Yeah, this is a
Earliest.
full on revolver. Like
Well, like a cowboy revolver?
it's more not like a cowboy revolver. Hang on, I'll see if I have the image. Pretty much it's like it's rectangular in shape with a handle, right? It's like large, like he will like two-hand it in combat, but like it has. Hang on, where's the fucking thing? Uh,
And it technically doesn't have like for a regular style rifle, it doesn't technically have a magazine because you're just using magic
yeah.
infusions, correct?
A
Although
revolver doesn't have a magazine. You have to load it in
yeah,
it's got a chamber.
it's a chamber, but
Okay, it is a chamber
the
still.
chamber is like I'm favoring it to be like I'm putting in magical components when needed. Like
Okay, gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
not
it's not
necessarily like shells in the chamber, basically. Just
yeah,
or like cool
Okay,
like a
that's cool.
blunderbuss where you just fill it with everything you can find on the ground.
yeah. Pretty much like if I had the chance to revive, I will be shoving an entire diamond into the into the chamber and shooting a person, and that's how I revive. God,
And, battlesmiths use their intelligence as their attack stat, don't they?
yeah, they also use the anything that they make, like anything they infuse, as their spellcasting focus instead of the Tinker's tools or Thieves tools.
All right.
Which is when I saw that, I was like, yes.
Now I played armor, and I haven't played a battlesmith, but I know a little bit about artificers.
Yeah.
Like you probably have a few infusions. I always go for the homunculus servant.
Yeah, I only have one, which is my revolver right now. Yeah, I posted the picture in general of what it like kind of
That's
looks
so
like.
cool. The fuck is that? That's like Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, it's extremely large, it's extremely bulky, but like there's one trigger, there's another trigger like used for like when he casts spells.
Is that the grenade launcher?
Yeah. Grenade launcher that's flavored as a firebolt.
Oh man, that's not what I expected.
Yeah, like I said, it is extremely large, it's extremely bulky. Like
There we go. Wait, it comes up on the stream.
but and honestly I like to think that this is just like Claw telling Red. What's funny, most guns in my world, I'm not sure if you have guns, use lead or gunpowder to project to boom they're dead. This it uses like magic pretty much to just be the same kind of effect. It's like a crossbow but fun.
Hmm.
And then is there anything I can like really cast as a man,
As
just
an artificer, you can mend everyone's clothing.
stay
Oh,
still.
it's out of it.
Yeah, just like stay still as he points the gun as you. No. As a he will just like point the gun into the air and just like press a button and cast shield on himself, and just like um a magical barrier just like warps himself. I'll just take that off, even though we'll probably just like short
Yeah, you're about a long rest.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very passionate. He's like always coming on to like Reg, just like overbearing him with information. His autism. No. Uh, and then like halfway through his explanation, he's like, "Oh, I might be too overbearing. Sorry." You fine?
Hmm.
Did
That's no, he just listening, like taking notes and listening, and yeah, he's not ignoring you.
Cool. Killer's just happy that he has someone to talk to.
No, he's like he's a man of the weave. Like he's trying to like, oh, what an interesting application of magic.
And the automaton Kui will reappear, just descending onto the ground and just shaking its head left and right
Cool.
when it
And then
arrives.
I'll just give him give her a thumbs up. Cool. And then like he does not know what to say now.
Looks at Destiny. What's Destiny doing?
Destiny's kind of just listening. Looking
Processing.
at our new Calor. I'm thinking about, internal thought out loud, just so you guys, wondering if like this same thing will happen to me if I die.
What, you get a copy
No, she'll grow cat ears and a cat tail.
and come back as an artificer?
Damn, I could get more hot. By the way, DM,
Mhm.
I when we were discussing while you were gone, I gave my kind of thoughts on the situation. I said that because we make a deal with Varangal, and we kind of have to fulfill our end of the bargain. So I explained to the party that I think that Kalor was taken by Varangal to perform some tasks and then, possibly be brought back at some time in the future.
He did say substitute.
Yeah. So that's what I explained to the party. I'm not sure if that's actually how it would work.
The case.
But like to Destiny's understanding, that's what she explained as a possibility. So yeah, Destiny's kind of like, yeah, thinking about what would happen to herself.
Would she get substituted at some point?
Yeah, I assume it would be after I die, but you know.
Cat ears, cat tail, and pronouns.
I check my fucking coin pouch. Did Cole put the coin back?
I don't think so this time. I wasn't informed that he would have done so, so I believe now.
I thought about it, but it has to show some character growth and some.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like, this motherfucker. Like
I
he
should
was
have done
just
it.
given
I should have done it. I
teleport
should have left it.
roll from Berengal. You know, like absolutely get set, and then just fuck it. I'm not gonna do this
I don't even know what the. Farringall didn't ask for anything in return.
because you have the
It
coin.
just seemed like he was He just seemed like he was busy. He was like, "You flipped the coin," and he's like, "Take the scroll." It was kind of like just leave me. He
It
was
was
like,
for Cora too. It wasn't even for him.
he said that you can only do so much meddling at one time.
Yeah. I assume that he's hedging his bets. It's like because before Cole, put the coin back because he didn't trust us and he didn't trust Berengal. But like,
Oh yeah,
Berengal does something.
Destiny's given loads of excuses to trust her.
Yeah, just trust him, He's just like, some god of something. Don't worry about it.
Anyway, okay, Cole didn't put your coin back.
So you would have it after
Good.
him. With that, then long resting into the morning.
Oh yeah,
Going to
and Red will say to Destiny, it's good to see you back. I'm glad I didn't have to kill you, or no one had to kill you while I was away.
Well, they certainly tried.
Well, because they have that pact where it said, "Oh, if I'm going to turn, then kill me."
Oh yeah, that one. I thought you were talking about something else. Okay.
No, because like he wouldn't have been able to fulfill his promise.
That's real sweet of you. Thinking about killing me while I'm gone.
During your long rest on your watch, Red, you would notice the purplish fog that you've been seeing that causes the goblins to retreat, kind of beginning to flood Coningberry in the distance. It doesn't encroach the woods all that heavily, but you will notice descend upon that area as it has routinely, and just kind of coat it during that time.
Does it seem to dissipate at certain times?
It seems to prefer to come out at night. During the day, there is always a heavy fog in the area to begin with, but usually during the nights, the purplish fog will descend upon the area. It's kind of taking over.
So I can tell the party what's been going on once they've recovered from their hangovers.
Right. Just as a note, you just consistently see it. Like I imagine you've been keeping track of it. Has it been doing it every night, or
Yeah, I've been
observing it
kind
as
of
well
like
as observing the goblins?
observing patterns.
Yeah, I would say you've isolated that it hasn't done any time during the morning and consistently around this time at night, maybe like midnight, more or less, or as the moon is at a certain position, purplish fog will take over the normal heavy, kind of grayish fog. And that's where the goblins flee, and if they don't flee in time, you'll find their bodies afterwards on the ground.
Okay.
Looking like they were cut or pierced with arrows. Otherwise, it will go to the morning. You apply a long rest, and this is technically when you would have leveled up.
Hit that long rest button. Friends, should I tell you what I've been up to in your absence?
I'm gonna say Elena has a hangover at this point. She's just going to be nodding and groaning.
Please,
Sorry, I'm
Elena,
mostly saying that so like I can also finish
yeah,
organizing stuff real quick.
take a seat on the log, Elena. I'll make some coffee in a minute. Or I'll put coffee on the fire as I'm explaining.
Nighttime she's chugging on the booze, morning she's chugging on the coffee.
Yeah, coffees and frothies. So, as you well know, we are outside Cononberry. You have been gone for about a week, but for the three of you, perhaps two of you, perhaps three of you, when one of the tent who's not here right now, I suspect you've been gone 2 weeks. For you, 1 week for me. We're outside the town. It's a ruin, but there are goblin presence all through these woods. There's a strange fog, which seems to just permeate into the area of the village at times at night, and any goblin left in the area is dead by morning. Their corpses are littered throughout the space. So the fog is deadly, or something in the fog is deadly. They have a camp nearby. Have not been able to discern a main camp, but they have a supply depot of how they've been resupplying their forces in this area, which I do know the location of. So that is the enemy forces on the ground. We have some kind of forward base that they operate from, and an area where they seem to stash their supplies that they loot and plunder from the area, which is to the northwest of here. That is what I know. So if we're going to go to Cononberry, we better go during the daytime when the fog isn't there and make sure we extract by night. Or we hit the goblins, since they do not know we're here. They seem to be preparing for something, gathering forces, searching for something in Cononberry. No questions?
Thinking.
I could take you to the town while we have the morning light, and we could have a look around.
All right.
Elena, would you be up for that, or is there a little man banging a drum in your head?
The little man really likes to tell me that I should just sit here, but since I don't quite recall what happened last night, I'm just gonna go with whatever we're gonna do next. And also, could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Literally?
No. Well, sort of. Like I'm a half distracted trying to get things done here. So I heard half of it, but I'm trying to organize this huge stack of papers over here and defer which ones were bills that I just need to toss because I no longer need to pay them, or which ones are manuals that I should keep here for my successor so he knows how some things work.
No, figure it out.
I don't want him to see my freaking bill.
It's yeah, goblins are in the area. They've been searching Cononberry. Cononberry has a mysterious fog that rolls in the evening hours that seems to kill everything it touches, or something's in the fog that kills things. Because there's bodies found after it dissipates, and there's a goblin base somewhere nearby that Red hasn't found, but they have a supply base that he does know the location of. That seem to stash all bits of, as a supply cache away from their main base.
And we are supposed to be killing these goblins, right? These aren't the same goblins that were friendly to us.
These are the goblins that was the rival tribe, the one that the Black Spider seems to command who is threatening to defeat Phandalin that the Red Brands are allied with.
Have you spent much time at the supply post? Like, have there been goblins coming and going from there?
Some, but they seem to be stashing things there, like if either from caravan raids or things they're finding in the forest. They are stashing it separately, not because I don't think it's not for their main camp, but it's for their larger force to later transport back to wherever their space of operations is. They're being smart. They're being led by somebody with some intelligence, not to keep all your eggs in one basket.
Well, I can out of game thoughts. I can cast invisibility on myself, so I could, if we go there, I could trail them, and as long as they don't go for more than an hour, I can be pretty well hidden. I can also cast disguise self, so I could probably disguise myself as a goblin if they do catch on to me,
Do what?
just to be like, I don't know, like, don't kill me.
No, I mean, but like you
I
go to the
want to
supply
kill
depot
you.
to do what at the supply depot?
To like wait for some goblins to come by to deposit some stuff. I go invisible and I trail them back to their main base.
No, but then that's not. Well, we're here to figure out Conanberry, not figure out their main base.
Yeah, but wait, what? I thought we were supposed to kill the goblins.
We are, but they're obviously trying to find something in this ruined village that is very important to them, and so we find it first, then we'd have an advantage.
Hmm. Maybe go to the supply depot and see if we can hear what they're saying. Like maybe some people are going to be grumbling about like, oh, I can't believe we still haven't found the staff of Mickledor.
Well, the fog has just lifted over the village, so if we want to have a look, we best look now.
Yeah, I can do that too.
Or we do wild goblin disguised deception chases. And Elena, I've bad news for you. Well, not good news.
Oh no. I don't suppose another Kalor died.
No. I sent Kia to the treehouse every day as I instruct on the letter, looking for Savannah. As far as I know, she has not been found.
I see. And
I'm
my
sorry.
brother hasn't shown up at all?
First time I've seen him since last was when he teleported here.
Well, then we can assume the worst. I still
Um,
think we should go to where everyone was to see if everyone there is all right. If there's still survivors in the fort.
I've spent a week traveling here. You're telling me to walk back to where we came from?
Weren't you originally meant to protect them?
Does everyone forget why we've come here? The goblins threaten them, and therefore we're here to stop the goblins.
The goblins weren't the main threat.
Listen, what are we saying right now? We are going to abandon this and head back because why? If
I don't know.
Kepler's
I'm
there,
sorry. I guess I've
then
just got a lot of things on my mind.
DM, quick out of character. What's the Conanberry? We're there because the goblins in the region are here threatening this whole region because they're trying to find something in that location. Therefore, Phandalin is at risk as long as they're here looking for that thing. right?
You had learned, because you had gathered some information about this forge of spells, that seemed to be something of interest when they looked into the manor originally. You'd found the kind of ruins talking about it. Um, and you know that the goblins themselves are amassing and trying to spread their influence out from what looked to be some sort of castle-like structure when you had the vision from the raven or from the bird
That's right.
overhead. So you know that Conanberry was also of importance because that was something that the woodcarver's wife carved into the wall before she was burned.
That's
You
right.
know, to have something of importance, and you learned that there was a hero of her descendants that fought a group of demons that was the result of destruction of Conanberry in the past, and that you had noted maybe something is connected to everything that's been going on, and decided to investigate that area. And then when you had discovered upon your investigations that, oh, the goblins are also here, they're also investigating something, maybe they got a different lead into whatever they're looking for. But if they're not necessarily looking for the forge here, or if they're not necessarily looking for a piece that might lead to there, you're not certain yet. But yeah, the Dude Goblins will play a threat to not only Phandalin, but per se, but the region itself. As a military force, whatever they're looking for probably only makes matters worse.
All right. Cole, Cole. I'm playing red. Can I? Yeah, I'm gonna try to motivate the group. Say, listen, we've come. I know you've been somewhere else and you've been completely distracted from what's been going on here, but listen, I don't know where you've been. I don't know what you've seen. This is what we decided. Let's go to Conanberry. Let's solve this mystery as one further step to make sure Phandalin is safe. And what do you
Claude,
need to do to prepare?
yeah, Claude just give a silent thumbs up in the background.
There we go.
Just like, I'm
Red will
not
give
sure
him a
what
thumb.
the fuck's going on, but I'm.
All right. While everyone's preparing, are we going to go to Conanberry and just have a look around while the fog's gone? We cool with that?
Seems so.
Keep hearing notifications in Discord. I do not see where these messages are landing.
Destiny said cool with that as a note. They stepped away, but they were able to hear conversation.
Okay. All right. So while everyone's preparing, I will, if that's all right, DM, spend 10 minutes doing a ritual.
Okay.
And I will create a phantom steed.
Sure.
I think it's just like a ghostly riding horse or something like that.
I believe so.
So yeah, Red will get on his horseback. He level up. He has a horse now.
Here's the horse now.
And that's how he's able to survive.
Okay.
If anyone's curious. Another person can ride on the horse with me because if it's a riding horse. So does anyone want to ride on the horse too?
Tomono and Queen.
All right.
See.
No one cares. All right, we're gonna go to the town now.
Wow.
Perfect. Let's see. Oh, Jack Queen said it's random. Right on the horse is Quinn or Destiny.
Or Destiny's on
Yeah.
the horse. Someone has to take. Oh, would it work? Oh, I just thought of this. If would the mounted combatant feat work on a phantom steed?
Let me see.
That's a combo I never thought of before.
Let's see. Potentially, I'm not seeing anything like fixed. I think. Yeah, I had to check the confirm
Don't
items
worry about
not
it now.
running
I
into
just it was
drift, I
just like
think.
a it
But
was just like
mm,
character idea. Pop, hit that feat.
potentially. Mm. Yeah. Let's see. So, and then heading into Coneyberry.
Yeah.
Just have to
Um,
temporarily change your token's vision.
by the way, Todd, can you ritually cast things right now?
Yeah, that's what I made the phantom steed with ritual.
Oh, you can ritually cast it more than once. It's not concentration.
But only lasts an hour, right? So, can you cast a
Yeah,
ritual while you're riding a horse?
Technically, concentration requires you to be like absolute focus, and I think some argue you can't be absolute focused if you're like full riding on a horse. But I'm not technically certain on that one.
So I could cast 2 phantom steeds though before we go. So it would last for 50 minutes, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
And also
so
the phantom speed moves really fast.
oh yeah, I know. That's why I've
Right.
been running around. So can we have 2 phantom steeds and then we could double up on Color and Elena on one and Destiny Red on the other?
Yeah.
Sweet. And
And then
Seems
the
like
monk
them
can
to
run.
run the whole way.
yeah, the automaton queen has just have to use their legs.
Yeah, book it.
Yeah. And then this, set it back. Perfect. Go. Oh. Your vision has been adjusted as you're moving through the fog, as it does get, as noted, quite thick within this area. Your vision is reduced here. Everyone has the same vision
Nice.
at this current point. Should be able to roughly see out into the area as you come in. And then let's see. Switch to this one. As you make your way into Coneyberry, you would note several structures somewhat appearing out of the fog. There is a gravel road that leads upwards to the upper level of the village, and then a main road that leads further into the main level, or the ground level of the village itself.
Can we perhaps take the high road and see if we can get a better view of the place?
Mm,
My vote to just so we can see if we get a better view.
yeah, let's do that.
Sorry, Dim. You have to move us on the
Yep.
steeds up to here.
There we go. as you would come up to the building here, you would notice what looks to be some sort of tavern, or more like an inn, smaller sectioned, chairs stabled about, and a large table destroyed and flipped over. The door to the front has been battered down long ago, laying on the ground, the door behind it as well, lying onto the stone floor in the hallway. All of it barely standing in its ruinous state.
Well, let's make quick work of this. Let's have a look around. I'll dismount.
And Destiny is reconnecting at the moment. Is their phone dying? So no. And then let's see. Floor and Elena following suit or staying in the horses currently.
I'll follow suit. Yeah.
Okay.
I
And then
guess
there's
Elena
this is
will
the door here from right
reluctantly,
side.
Elena will reluctantly fall behind. As she does, she'll just kind of whisper, "By the way, what did we talk about last night? What exactly is happening?"
Is this to who?
Calor, I imagine.
Yeah.
You had interesting ideas.
Well, of course I
Um,
did. I always have interest in ideas.
well, you talking about your dead instructor, you know, those kind of ideas.
Oh, what exactly did I say?
Your feelings, you had them out, certainly. It's more, how do I say this? You said you were, hang on, did you say you were proud or something like that? Yeah.
I
Excited.
Oh, excited, yeah.
That's it.
excited. I don't know what you're talking about. Why would someone feel excited over death?
Yeah. Um, oh, I think that was just a drink. Yeah, let's just go with that, eh?
Right. The drink. Did anybody else hear that?
I, well, it was to the entire party, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Are you good? Are you well?
absolutely. I'm fine.
Look, I'm sorry if I have come off as, well, how I can say this, an asshole. Look, it's just, how do I say this? And then I'm just like looking over, like trying to see if like there's anyone else around. Just like, oh God, save me.
I imagine Destiny would be following Red and investigating. So you would kind of look, you would just see uh, your steel defender kind of catching up in the distance.
Elena
But
would
that's
just kind of
about it.
interrupt
No one
him.
else to rely on.
She would interrupt him and be like,
Look, you, I know you're not my Cal, and you don't have to pretend to be anything more than what you already are. Just understand, I've already had to deal with one surprise where my brother wasn't actually my brother, and now my best friend isn't actually my best friend. And you happened to hear something interesting last night that I'd really rather you forgot. So why don't we just put all of this behind us and pretend that nothing was said? Nothing's changed.
Goes for the Jedi hand wave. Nothing was said.
Do we have a deal?
You still need to answer for what has happened in that portal, you know?
What happened there is none of your concern. You're not my cow.
And with that, she'd actually just kind of nudge past him and try to catch up with the others.
Such a theme with this party. The old Kalor's like, you're not a real person. You're not a real friend.
Yeah, Carol would try to just, oh, God,
Close.
what did I get myself into? And then, or just follow the.
Tandem steeds.
Yeah, I didn't want to put you on the spot with them.
I sure
All right.
had something already.
Elena, come on, for old time's sake. You like a good mystery?
Really quick, why is Elena's character sheet an NPC sheet?
That's
It
'cause-
shouldn't be.
That's because after today you are. Haha.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I jumped the gun and turned into an NPC sheet yet. No, I don't know why. That's fixed now. Oh, it takes 1 second.
AK GTFO.
Wow.
Oh, geez, water in the charging port. That's not good.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. He was saying that it was really pouring today. I wonder if something happened on the way home.
Well,
I was about ready to say it's his fault, too, that Japan's currently suffering from freaking rain. Oh, the rain from China always comes down to Japan, and now we're just like having on and off storms.
Hey, all the rain in Japan comes from China?
A lot of it
made in
does.
China.
Like, yeah.
And like all the Americans say, like, oh, we're getting all these Canadian snowstorms coming down.
Yeah.
The lake effect.
Well, I mean, a lot of, for example, the snow that comes from up north in like the China-Russia area, it usually blows downwind, and that's why Hokkaido gets so much snow because a lot of it ends up getting caught on the mountains in that area, and it just piles up. But yeah, right now it's like the monsoon season over in China, right? So we usually end up getting a lot of their rain too.
Mm.
Get the good old equator rain. I don't think you can blame it on another country though.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it just has to do with, yeah, the warmth and the humidity, but it's a mixture. We're just in a really interesting position climate-wise.
Well, while the party's dealing with post-traumatic stress from the firestorms of the Fey realms, Red's gonna roll an investigation check.
Sounds good. Yeah, as Elena goes to the new Kalor and says, "You know nothing." Steven. Okay. 15 investigation. All right. You will notice that within this area, it seems as though there's been a lot of recent footwork and travel here, especially by heavier set individuals. You get the feeling maybe uh, goblins, or you've seen a few hobgoblins now filling their ranks, might have gone into this place to try to investigate. But with your 15, you seem like you've noticed something that they might not have. On the wall near the entrance, or entrance into the hallway, not into the building itself, there is a carving, and that carving seems to have a 1 in it.
A 1, like the number 1.
Yep, the number 1, and below that number, there is a small drawing of an owl.
Okay, I'll write that down. 1 owl. Hmm. Seems there might be a mystery to solve here after all. I will proceed into the building. I'm assuming the party is following me, but I've been on. Red's been on his own for a while, so we just kind of he's moving quite autonomously.
Self-paced.
Yeah, self-reliant lately.
Yeah.
And
By the way, do we have to be on this? If we do, oh, sorry. I was just saying, if we do want to continue a little longer, that's okay. I still haven't heard anything back yet, so.
Okay. Yeah, we should. We won't go too far, depending on see how Destiny's faring as well. Don't want to get too far ahead
Yeah.
with two players technically
Mhm.
out.
Can
But I
Destiny
think
hear us
in
or
this
just not
area,
speak?
not
The
they're not
phone's
on the
dead,
call
so
anymore. The
yeah.
phone's dead.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so they're not able to catch up at all currently.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Maybe they're here.
Hello?
Let's see. Can I hear you if you're able to hear us? This is no.
Hello?
Hey,
oh
hello.
my
Perfect. Now we can
god.
hear.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had
Now we
to
should be good. Go a little bit more.
hold phone.
I can play later too. I'm cool.
I still have to cut off about on the hour for just a for myself, but I can go till about then. Takes a
All
little bit
right.
longer. And then let's see. Just as a note, Destiny, while you were getting situated, Kalor was kind of quote unquote Jedi mind tricked, saying, "Don't remember what happened last night. I'll overlook everything else." To new Kalor, and Kalor had that kind of side conversation while they had made their way into Coneyberry, filled with this kind of heavy fog on the Phantom Steeds. The party has moved in to investigate. Red had noticed something, so there might be a mystery after all, noting that there was a circular symbol, somewhat hidden, with a carving of a one and an owl underneath of it. And then we began moving further into the room. That's where we're currently at. Just to catch up to speed. And then red, you would notice this area seems to be a guest room for the inn. It seems the bed is long destroyed. So is the rest of the room. Nothing else of importance visually within your passive comes to mind. The hallway continues
Sorry.
down to 3 more rooms, and they seem to be doors kind of all caved in as well.
You said at the beginning there, who got Jedi mind tricked?
Kalor, quote unquote Jedi mind trick. Kalor was told by Elena. So Elena asked Kalor what happened last night. What did they talk about? And Kalor revealed that she talked about the mentor and being excited about the death of her mentor and about the summer girl falling apart. She basically said, "I know you're not my Kalor, so let's just call it water under the bridge. If you forget what happened last night, I'll just keep treating you like regular Kalor for now, so everything's fine." More or less, is what happened, but
All
not an
right.
actual spell or something, or a real Jedi mind trick was used.
Completely
Just not
normal.
one of
Also,
Nothing
those.
sorry.
wrong.
I forgot to bring this up because it happened a while ago.
Okay.
Earlier, the new Kalor said that he will basically do whatever he can to help us and fill the role of the old Kalor. And
Mhm.
I wanted to divine insight check him to see if he's being actually honest. Is he actually going to be helping us, or is he
Okay.
double agent here to kill us secretly?
So advantage insight. Okay.
22.
It
it does seem like his statement earlier was truthful. He is not there to kill you. He seems as much caught off guard, appearing here with everyone, but seems like he is along for the ride, as he had kind of mentioned briefly that he was summoned by Varigal to a new world and was looking to journey, and it seems to be a journey that fits. So he seems like he's going along for the ride because that's what he agreed for. He just didn't expect the party at first.
Okay. Thank you.
So the usual Varangal manner didn't give him all the details. But yeah.
Nice guy,
And
Varangol.
then, yep, always nice to have Varangal. Always leaving out the good details. But yeah, as noted, Red, the rest of the room seemed to be caved in, door wise, within that hallway. As you were standing in it.
I know I've got bad passive. That's why I'm kind of just doing like active investigation as I'm going through.
Sure.
Is there passive investigation?
Yeah, technically. Any of your skills can be passives, technically speaking. If you wait for 10, you just take 10 plus your passive modifier.
Oh, and I'd have Kia be flying overhead the village too. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have the my automaton queen just outside.
Okay, standing guard.
Yeah.
It does a little salute as it stands near the door.
I'll whistle to Destiny to come up to me.
Okay.
All right. Where are you? Can you
I'm in the corridor.
Oh, just in the corridor.
Oh, there.
I don't know if there's danger down here, but I'd like your axe close by.
All right. Shall I take the lead?
Yeah, this is the old inn. Let's see who's still having a room. Paying for a room.
All right. I'll take the lead. My danger sense keen as ever. Pew, 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 pew.
As you move forwards, you would notice the first room. You see 2 beds. They are destroyed. You'll see that one seems to have kind of been pushed over to the corner. The other seems to have been cleaved in two by a giant weapon or cloth. You'll notice on the ground there is what looks to be a helmet. It looks almost as a replica rather than a truly iron helmet. And you can tell it's more of a replica because it looks more ceremonial. Has this kind of white knight look to it. But you can see it's cracked all over as the replica itself is damaged.
I put it on.
Okay. You step into the room and grab it to put it on. It does roughly fit. It's a little bit big for your head. It still somewhat holds, but it does look like a paladin or white knight heroic style helmet, though it feels much more of lesser materials. It's more of a
Sorry.
toy.
I think I am unable to put it on because of my horns.
True.
It just
I attempt to
magically
put it on and
wraps
I just
around
rested
them.
on top of one of my horns.
Yeah, it's just like hanging up there, a little bit dangling.
Can I check the bed that seems like it was cleaved in half? Does it seem like it was by like a regular sized weapon, or do I feel like something bigger came through here?
I would say give me investigation to examine the
Or maybe get me to do it.
impacts.
No, I got
Call
this. I'm
over.
great.
All right.
Amazing investigation, as always. So with that
Oh,
casual 4, you're not really certain. It looks like maybe it was multiple strikes, or it was something big. You're not really certain. I mean, you're not even thinking about like the size of the hallway. Just like, yeah, something big might have came in here to slash this and somehow fit. You're not entirely convinced it's a multiple slashes or one big slash, with that investigation. Just
I
something
think we're
I
dealing with
repeatedly
giants.
showed it. That's the conclusion Destiny comes to.
I attempt to slash the other bed.
Sure, you do so. It damages it further.
The bed that's not cut in half.
Okay, yeah. It's still riddled
Okay.
with age.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely a giant. All right. Well, Red, if you want to take a look in the room, I think I did a pretty good job, though.
are you going to walk around with that helmet on your horn all day?
Destiny, thanks for lifting the furniture for me.
Thumbs
I'll
up.
do it. I'll do a check in here because Destiny just absolutely screwed it.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, that was it.
And to Elena, I think it's a good idea that I keep it on. If someone sees this helmet, they might think it's an ally and not attack us.
It's just swaying back and forth as she's moving because the horns are not the true proper holder for the toy helmet. With the
My
investigation,
brain is ignoring
Red.
that.
Should someone else try to wear it instead?
Actually, Red, you would notice that this seems to have been done by multiple strikes coming from a medium-sized Borak. Maybe bandits, maybe military armed forces, something of that nature. But it does seem multiple, as if maybe there was something underneath or a person underneath they were trying to get to.
So someone was hiding under the bed and they were trying to kill them.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So you do see like this evidence of remains of the attack that happened on Conan Berry.
Okay, let's push forward. Destiny, carry on.
I nod. I carry on.
To the left over here, you see what looks to be a main bedroom and what looks to be, instead of a bed there, it's a crib for a child. The legs of the crib have been cut and it's kind of leaning forwards because it's kind of off kilter. And then on the other side, it looks to be a storage room and a small kitchen area set into place. Both areas again seem long past overdue for a cleanup as they're in ruin, and looks like someone, the multiple had destroyed this place.
Are there any
Nothing
signs of
visible
what
currently.
specifically happened to the family?
You would know, given Conan Berry's time, any blood would have already been kind of long gone. In terms of instances, there was not any said to be known survivors of Conan Berry. Most of the distant family or relatives and merchants who went to go visit afterwards found out about its destruction.
Well, like our own town, Phandalin, the last stand was in the center of town. Maybe we head there and just see what we see.
I feel like this is just further reminder of our failures.
If anything,
Can I?
we're not the first to
Can I
have
go
gone
through
through this.
the? Can I go through this storage to see if like any of the? I assume there's like food and stuff in here. Does the food seem like well rotted?
Yeah, definitely well rotted. It looks like whoever even attacked this place wasn't interested in stealing the food at all. It's all there. It's rotted over, kind of putrid smelling at this point. But yeah, spoiled. But yeah, as noted, you do get the observation on that whoever did this wasn't just pillaging, taking loot from this place, but more so directed towards killing everyone.
Hmm. I'm also just trying to get a timeline.
Oh,
For like this
Conan,
house.
That's at the end.
Conanberry was destroyed about it's closer to 40 years ago
Oh,
in 5E's time, or I forgot Realm's time.
okay.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about observing how long it's been in terms of time. You would know roughly
Mm.
in that regard.
Hey, the man's here.
Hey.
Agreed.
Let's I vote for us to move to the center of town so we don't just get wrapped up running through ruins for hours.
Yeah. Probably a good idea. Oh, we can walk through the door here. Nice.
Is everyone cool if we just like jump on the horses and like ride John Wayne to the center of town?
I'm not
Should we
sure
be a
I'm
little bit
cool with
stealthy?
any of this, but
Well, like Kalor's a cowboy now, right? So he's got like a revolver and a horse.
This yeehaw.
I'm not sure I get very well for that.
Sorry, DM. I didn't know we were trying to move my token.
It's all good. Yes, you know, they're not too keen on it, but everyone I would imagine would go to follow and phantom steed your way through. So make sure you guys have vision from explorer mode. I'll just drag you across. And then this is the center. You'll notice several main structures. Some look to be shops and a well that seems blackish in nature rather than a normal safe drinking water. Seems as though either poisoned or filled over time with refuse. It is contaminated. The fog itself seems heavy in this area as you kind of go to look around, seeing several more structures. There was a posting, it looked to be a quest board that used to exist, and it lies destroyed on the ground here. Only pieces and bits of the parchment that was upon it still remain. The rest of it seems torn, cut down, or slashed.
Is there any bodies around?
No signs of bodies. You would know that the goblins do go out of their way to collect the bodies. There is signs of fresh blood coated in this area, uh, given that the goblins do die if they stay too long in this area, as you noticed. But these goblins do go through the effort of collecting the goblins' bodies. You're not really certain if it's um, as if they hold them in respect, as maybe other humanoid creatures would, or that they're taking the gear off of them and simply not wasting the time to take all of the armor off then and there and just moving them afterwards to do so.
I mean, is there? I know we don't have people here that can do survival, but like a concentration of where people have been dying.
You could investigate the surrounding area, I would say, if not doing survival in order to get a feeling of where the goblins have met resistance in Conanberry.
I'm rolling the same number three
So
times.
Very solid 8s. So with the 15, you would notice that in this general area, goblins try to get into the room here, down to here, and around the well. There is signs of blood and visible conflict that had occurred. What you will notice is there are arrows that do not appear to be similar to the goblins' arrows that you'd seen before. These ones, instead of kind of crude iron, are actually carved out of bone and seem to have been shattered into the walls and the well, showing around the conflict, noting that whatever forces coming from the purple fog do have ranged capabilities with these bone arrows. You would notice blood splatters, seemingly similar to maybe a more slashing like motion with knowledge. I would say maybe a long sword or some sort of slashing implement. You get these feeling that these may be more humanoid monsters than bestial in nature
So
in order to be
interesting. So
capable of using a bow and
it's
slashing.
not the fog that kills them; it's something in the fog.
Hmm. That's what you're
Would any of them,
noticing.
any of the others have noticed the blood splashes and stuff?
Let me see passes. Passives are currently reduced as well, but let's see 14. Check a lane. I would be the highest. Add a figure currently. Yeah, currently I would say nothing else is really observed. The fog rolls from the ground up. So Red's just able to notice it with his investigation, but passively I would say it's hard to observe anything within even in the center. You could just note out the kind of outlines of the building.
Okay, well, what is the most bloody location?
The most bloodied would seem to be this upper structure. It seems like it gets them had gotten the most traction of goblins trying to run into.
All right, let's move up to there. And I'll knock on the door.
It is caved in, so more like knocking on the wall, the side of where the door was.
Okay. Then I'll walk in.
No signs of response to your knocking, as a note. And then let's go this up. As you go into this area, you will see what looks to be a living room. So it's up, not one of the shops, which maybe that could have been imagined. It is the fireplace to the right side, a broken rocking chair. It looks to be a work table and an axe slash that cut the table in two from where it was, but it's kind of built into the wall here, so it still holds itself upright. Window facing out. There looks to be a kitchen in the corner here, filled with spoiled food and rusty silverware, and then a hall leading back here to a small room. Blood kind of coating into the living room. It looks like the goblins had fled into this area to try to see if they could make their way out and didn't seem to make it that far.
Destiny, would you like to track down some blood?
I can try. What can I do for tracking blood? I
Just follow it, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I'll follow it.
So at this point, we
Where's
do
the
know.
blood going?
It
One up
leads further
here,
to
I
the
think.
room in the back here. And then Destiny, you would note as you round the corner here, it looks as though there's a door at the end of the hallway here, and then there is a bedroom. Scattered blood around. You also note something is broken bones on the ground here as well, and then there is a bloody imprint of what looks to be a goblinoid's hand on the door here. This one did not seem to be broken down, but you will notice it is slightly ajar, as if maybe the wind, the fog, has pushed it closed. You get the feeling maybe they got some of the goblins ran out this way, while others fought here against something and died. There's enough
Do
blood
these
splatter to indicate
bones
that the goblins were at least killed here.
do these bones seem fresh, or are they like been here for a while?
It looks
I pick
like
up a bone
they're
and I lick it.
it looks like it is almost kind of oddly pristinely white, as if it's been preserved rather than
Mm.
a natural decomposition.
So my
So
tongue
maybe
sticks to it.
yeah, maybe some sort of conjuration, maybe of bone rather than natural.
Wait, like they're conjured here?
It looks like these were not like they're humanoid bones, but it doesn't look like they were fresh in terms of there would still be like maybe meat on the bone. It's completely pristine in that way. So
Can I check?
maybe conjured.
Oh, we don't have lichen here to detect magic.
I do have to detect magic.
Look for necromancy, I guess, or something.
I will cast that then.
Yeah, we have to wrap up soon.
Mm.
But you could detect magic. But yeah, just as a physical observation, it doesn't look like a grave robber digged up the bones type of situation, or the bones of a goblin. Too pristine looking, just broken.
I mean, the easy way of finding out what this was is just spend the night here.
Turn into the bloody mess you see in front of you from what the goblins tried to survive.
You know what? While they're checking out the bones, I'm gonna open the door in the back.
Okay. Opening the door in the back, you will see what looks to be a small garden that wraps around to the side of the building. More blood seems to follow. It seems as indicative of blood on the fence here, as if they tried to hop the fence. You will see more signs of broken bones, seemingly trying to follow. You'll see old plants withered away in the garden.
Maybe we're doing this the wrong way. Instead of following where they've run away from, we try to extrapolate where the origin point where they ran from, like where they started running from. Does that make sense? Like it seems like they came into here to like barricade. Something came in, killed them. They tried to run away at the back, got killed. But where do they originally start from? Where did they? What was the point in the village that caused them to like disperse and run?
Hmm.
Normally you'll find more answers at the end of the blood trail.
Well, the end is just their deaths. Where do they? What spooked them to run and like to scatter?
You really think that whatever spooked them away is going to return to that
I hope,
spot?
I hope it does. Can I check that, DM? Can I like check where the footprints started from?
Sure.
They like
You
before
guys
they went all crazy. It's gonna be 15. Watch it.
come back. Oh, 19. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So as you make your way back to the outside, as you go to investigate in order to get a better understanding of things, you will notice that at each one of these points, it looks as though the goblins came in from the direction that you would know them to come from, as they would come from the supply depot into this
Yeah.
area. It looks like they had fled to the south, and then to the north, and then over to the well this way. So either they were ambushed by something that came behind them, unannounced to them, or something that came from maybe the gap between these buildings here, causing them to try to either run around them to get to the side of them, run the other way, or completely run the opposite way. But they never
Okay.
ran seemingly back the once they came. They never came back this way. So you get the feeling that maybe they were pincered rather than attacked from simply one direction. Maybe both of the blue arrows are indicative that they were ambushed from multiple sides.
Does
And they
everyone
were
see
more
that on their
scattering.
screen?
Let me know if you can see. Maybe the blue arrow is a little too far away. Bring that into field of view. And I'll bring your vision down here. Let me
So
know if
I
you can see the arrows here.
guess we only have
Yeah.
a couple minutes left. Maybe we just head to that blue arrow because it leads to a building.
I want to say that as they're heading that way, Elena seems more and more reluctant to continue with them.
It's fair enough.
Um, and I think it would be more because she sees all of this blood and she's remembering what, or not, she's not really remembering, but rather uh, she's keeping in mind what Kalor had told her about what she'd said last night to everyone. And at one point, she stops and she turns away from them and she would say, I can't continue.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
I can't continue. Is there any better way to say it?
Did I do anything to help you? Relieve pain you might be feeling?
I'm not feeling pain.
Are you feeling
What are
like
you
you must
feeling?
flee?
I'm feeling. Do you know why I went to Vandalin?
Not.
Vandalin. Vandalin is a. It was supposed to be a place for new beginnings, a place where I could go and hide away and pretend like nothing was wrong. I could be an entirely new person. I could be kind. I could be helpful. I could work in a middle of nowhere farm with this kind lady, and I could chase around with Pip, and now everything's happening, and there's blood, and there's death, and you heard what I said last night, didn't you? What other reason do you think there is that I would have hidden away in the first place?
Are you referring to this cleric you met?
I'm referring to the feeling I had when he died.
That's what I mean. Well, you are amongst friends. There's no need for you to feel anything but safe.
Except that's not the problem. It's everyone around me that shouldn't feel safe. I'm not safe. I think I should have gone with the others. At least then I could find more answers because whatever's going on in my mind, something's wrong with me. I'm looking at this blood and I feel nothing.
Well, if that's what you need to do, I will ensure Phandalin is secured and the people are safe. And I will hopefully see you soon.
Right. Vandalin, safe. I'm supposed to care about that too, aren't I?
If you stop caring about Phandalin, you've truly lost yourself.
Do you think I cared?
I think so. I did. And I am not as Kolo would say, a person.
I didn't like all the killing. It wasn't because I disliked the sight of it. I'm gonna go find the others. And I wish the best for all of you.
Well,
But I
wait.
can't do this anymore.
Wait. We have a ring. You can track anyone with it inside of a week. Is that not right?
You can track anyone that's done you wrong.
Well, there's plenty of people who have done you wrong. I have done you wrong by lying to you. Your mother has done you wrong by raising you the way she did. You can find us both with this ring. Take the ring, find your family, and when you return to us, seek us out through the same means.
I'm not quite sure it'll work that way, but I can at least think of a few people that have done me wrong.
Seek out your family first. Make sure they're safe and get the protection you need from Cole and Cora, and then find us again. You know how to do it.
Of course, I also know how to get back to Waterdeep, but something tells me they'll go there first.
It'll take you a few days, and Red will start a ritual for a new phantom steed. It's like this will give you a head start.
Okay. Destiny or Core say anything in response to the Phantom Steed being ritual casted in light of hearing the things happening?
You have 10 minutes. Not real time, but spell time.
For 10 minutes, what's that Scott? She's
Uh,
I'm going to go over to Elena. I'm going to say, whatever's wrong with you, figure it out, and then come back to us.
What if I come back and I'm not the same? What if I'm something entirely different?
None of us are the same as when we first met. No matter what you are or who you are, I will still care about you. You mean
Even
a
if I
lot to
become
me.
something like your parents?
As long as you still care about me, then I will care about you.
I'll figure it out. I promise.
You better. And I'm going to I'm going to like mm, mm. I'm doing like you can't see it, but I'm like because I'm thinking about what I'm doing. I'm thinking about like punching you in the chest. Yeah, I'm gonna punch you in the chest, and then I'm gonna kiss you, and then I'm gonna walk away.
Is it like a smack on the lips kind of kiss?
Yeah.
Oh, and then as that's happening, there is the little robot, the automaton queen that doesn't understand what's going on, but is simply just waving Ellen in the
I'm gonna
background.
smack Cowler. I'm
If
gonna smack
she's
Cowler on the butt and say, "You're up."
Oh yeah, go on, Kalora. I got one last thing to say before she goes, but
I will say nothing, but we'll just make like a zip, like pretty much saying like I won't say anything.
He'll keep the
Okay.
secret type
Yeah.
thing.
And I'm sorry that about everything.
I'm gonna figure out what happened to Cal. And whoever you are, just don't do anything to mess with this party.
Oh wait.
And she's gonna turn to Lycan, who is now invisible and covered in like invisible bandages. And she'll
covered in
just pat him on the
lichen.
shoulder.
I'm here if you want me to do my thing. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes someone cry will say something that'll come completely out of left field, but I think I get the gist.
Elena's heading out to find her family. We'll fill you in later with notes.
Yeah, say what
Elena's
you were
going
going to
on
say.
the discover themselves mode.
Say what you were
No,
going to
I
say.
don't.
I've got things.
You're fine. I was just saying, like, she turns to invisible Lycan, pats him on the shoulder.
Lycan will become visible,
Yeah.
I guess. Lycan will look to Elena. He's a little upset. Well, a little upset. And he'll like go to reach out to like touch her shoulder, but then like he'll pull back. And then he'll switch to Roman. And Roman will look at Elena. Tears will well up in his eyes, and then he'll like pull her in for a big hug.
Oh, okay, big guy. I miss you too. Please don't suffocate me.
Sorry. I'll miss you.
Oh, sure. I'll miss you and your strange personalities too.
Are we in like a safe location right now?
Sort of.
You're in the ruins of a foggy area that is currently not dangerous yet.
Because Roman's just gonna like wipe his tears and then go run away like a little kid. And just
that might be
another
for the
area.
next session.
She'll just like she'll grab his arm.
She'll be like, "It's okay, buddy. Just stay with these guys and you're gonna be okay. I'll be back one day, I promise."
You promise?
I 100% promise. In fact, let's do a pinky promise.
Okay. And he pinky promises.
She'll pat his arm one more time and then turn to head over before being intercepted by Red, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Red will grab you on the shoulder before you're about to mount onto the magic horse he just conjured. And so, good luck. I am, and always shall be, your friend.
Elena will look him. Oh, sorry, continue.
And hopefully the only good brother you have.
A good brother would be nice, but she'll turn to look him directly in the eye and say quietly enough to where only he can hear, "If I come back and I'm anything like Kepler, do not hesitate."
And that's all she says as she gets on the horse and
Two
starts
characters
heading.
that want me to kill them.
Yeah, everyone's making the kill packs at the moment. If I
Two
turn this
with two characters. Fuck. All right.
Or it's like I can't die yet. I have to execute 2 people when they turn evil.
And that is the end for Elena for now.
Rides into the
Dun,
sunset.
dun.
Literally.
Right into the fog.
Right into the fog. Ooh, ominous.
No, that's where things die.
Yeah. It's because the fog instantly turns purple. Never seen it get no.
And we
You
never
ride
saw her
through.
again.
You ride through the fog out of Conanberry and start heading into the distance. Sorry,
You can make a
Waterdeep.
long. You can go a long way on a Phantom Steed, too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 13 miles, I think. If I remember correctly, just right in that hour alone.
This baby can fit so much travel time.
Yeah, you can do half a marathon in an hour.
Wait, so is it canon then that she has the freaking ring?
Yeah, I say
No.
so.
Yeah.
No.
I kind of needed that. A ring. How are we going to kill our enemies now? Now we have to make another deal with Erangel.
Can you like the deal is? Can you kill Elena so we get the ring back?
I mean, Varigol did show up a few times in the session until he was like, just take the scroll. I can't keep meddling like it's back
Erangel
to
is very
back.
agreeable when he's tired, because Red was like, "Can I have my gem back?" He's like, "Yeah, fine."
He's like, yeah, I don't fucking doesn't. It's not worth anything anyway.
Yeah, like if you if you want to make a deal with Varangol, wait till he's like really tired and then, like, he just gives you shit.
You just gotta catch him on his bad days or when he's preoccupied, then he's more willing. He's like the dad who and he's like and you're like, can I have this? Can I have this? Like, yeah, you take it and go. I can't be bothered right now.
Oh, God.
I'm a parent. That's what Varangol is.
So
Just
Cole
the dad who can't take it anymore.
and Cora are together and on the run, and Elena is off to find whatever Elena needs to find.
She's off to find the whole family, I guess you could say.
Well, we don't know that, but she's off.
As well as themselves along the way.
And God knows herself.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording.